Hey everyone, have a here been a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be going over Dokkan and Daima. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So yes, we are getting a new animated series, but it's not Dragon Ball Super or an extension of Dragon Ball Super. It is Dragon Ball Daima. And for those who don't know about this series, one, it looks great, and no, it's not GT 2.0. This actually takes place in between Z and the beginning of Super, so that is a tie-in on here. I'm not going to go into like plot details and things of that nature, but the timeline is actually a connection between the two series. So it's not decidedly GT, which would be technically maybe after Super. And yes, it has some similarities where, of course, all our favorite characters get transformed into a younger version of themselves. But all in all, I think this is going to be a fun way for them to really navigate and explore a realm that Toriyama, the late great Toriyama, created, but we really haven't seen before. And again, I don't want to dive into the details. Maybe you guys already know. But the realm that they are focusing on is a realm that we've heard about but not have seen. So I'm very interested in seeing what the storyline is going to be, and I do have some plot details, but again, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who doesn't want to know. So one of the things also with this series, it looks great. So we have animators from like the Broly movie, which I would say easily is the best looking Dragon Ball still today, is from the Broly movie. And we have a lot of that here. The trailers have been incredible, and I think some Dragonfall fans might not like it, but I think this is meant to be very fun, very lighthearted, and not taken as so seriously as maybe some of the community wants to do. So I'm very interested and excited for Daima. Again, it's going to be dropping October 11th in Japan. Is the slated release date. So how does this tie in with Dokkan? Well, Dokkan has been notorious to do collabs, but really with itself. Dokkan with itself and Dragon Ball. I think we've only had like one or two collaborations outside, right? We have Arali and we have way back when with One Piece. And everything else has been associated with Dragon Ball, whether it's superheroes, whether it's the movies. But one of the things I just want to take a stroll down memory lane is the most famous one, I would say, that's a collaboration within itself. And what introduced a new unit was back in 2017, of course, the introduction of Ultra Instinct, or Omen or Sign, wherever you want to call it there. And that's episode 109 and 110. This was a 1 hour event. And boy, trying to just go back to 2017 and how absolutely hype this was, and trying to get it streamed from Japan and trying to get it live, but of course able to maybe get to see it once it premiered. After, I just remember just trying to get as much glimpse as possible, and then seeing the full episodes were just absolutely amazing. And this was a one of the peaks for Dragon Ball Super, of course, seeing the new form, seeing the silver, bluish, rainbow, whatever, the aura, everything was just fantastic in those two episodes. And that was premiered October 8th, 2017. And of course, we ended up getting the new unit as well. Unfortunately, not Dokkan Awaken, but the SSR, October 8th, 2017 in JP, and then Global ended up getting it a few months later. It wasn't 6 months later, but it was just a few months later during Christmas time, December 21, 2017. That was a big surprise for those Global players out there who remember. We were like, okay, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? And boom, all of a sudden we got the SSR, again, not Awaken yet, UI Goku, which was an incredible banner to see. It was one I should have grabbed that thumb for the banner. I remember just going, wow, people are just going to be spending quite a bit during Christmas for UI Goku. So yeah, so in UI Goku introduced basically at the same time as the introduction during the Dragon Ball Super anime. And we've had situations where we've seen in Super collaborations within itself, like like Vegito Blue and Rose, and even like Dokkan Festival exclusive Int Vegeta and Int Trunks. Remember, those units came out a few months after the episodes for when Trunks went Rage, and then also when Trunks went the Spirit Sword. So a lot of the stuff kind of coordinates within just a few months, or really at the premiere as well. So more recently, if you remember, we just talked about the Broly movie, but the Broly movie, we ended up getting the release of the free-to-play unit and a couple pieces of like story type lines, not anything extensive, but it was just a celebration of the release. And we ended up getting this free-to-play Broly on the same day as the JP release. That was December 14th, 2018. And again, a collaboration with it generally within itself in the Dragon Ball universe. But we ended up not really getting any usable units until a little time later. So basically the Dual Dokkan Fest, I think, it was a Dual Dokkan Fest that came out December 26th, which this was actually a few weeks later, actually. So a lot of people were wondering at the time of release, hey, how come we're not getting units that are usable? We just got this free to play. But then boom, a couple weeks later, this was right after Christmas here, the Dual Dokkan Fest, Gogeta and Broly. Of course, those recently easy. I don't say recently easy-a'd. I think last year they easy-a'd, and that was Gogeta Blue and the full power Broly there. I just realized I don't think that's the right card art for the SSR because it's the Super Saiyan. I put the wrong card art there, guys. So so you guys might be confused on that. Do I have something? Okay, I don't have the transform one for Broly either, but you guys got to kind of get what those units were. So wrong card art for the SSRs, but because I already have the transform for the blue. So that is another example of when special event comes out with Dokkan and then the collaboration with that. And of course, of recently is the release date for, I guess that's not recent, 2022. Holy smokes, right? 2022 Superhero came out as a movie collab as well. We got the free-to-play Gohan here. They never did anything with this Gohan with the glasses, and I really wish they did a more of a summonable unit, and or maybe just a base form unit like this that could be a support unit or something like that. I really like the card art, but they never really did anything with it. And it was, again, both very similar to Broly here, right? It was a release date and a free-to-play unit at the same time of the Japanese release date. So, and of course, the biggest surprise for me, this was a huge surprise, was they ended up dropping, I remember they're like, okay, the Gammas are going to be coming out. Okay, great. No way they're going to be Dokkan Festival exclusives, but yes, they were Dokkan Festival exclusives, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. I was shocked that these weren't just like regular units, but actual Dokkan Festival exclusives. And they were incredible, right? So the release dates of Superhero was, June 11th, like I mentioned. And then August 19th is when the USA premiered. So not that far from each other. And then both on JP and on Global, we had a dual celebration on October 20th, 2022. Which that could kind of lead into what we're probably going to be getting as well in terms of Daima, because Daima is October 11th, and that's smack dab in the middle of a Dokkan Festival exclusive celebration beginning of October. So October 3rd, 4th is when Worldwide Celebration ends, and I don't see them, providing Daima at that point in time because Daima hasn't released yet. So what I expect for Daima, right, and I think all of us should expect from Daima, is that the release date of October 2024. I always put 2022 here. 2024. There we go. October 11th, 2024 release date is for Daima, and we're probably gonna get the little mini youth Goku here as the free-to-play unit, right? That's seemingly what the main character is going to be. So generally, we would get a main character, because remember Broly movie, right? When you look at the Broly movie, that Broly was the main character of that movie, and then in Super Hero, Gohan was the hero, right? I would say, you know, if you think about the main characters on that, there's a lot of supporting characters, the Gamma, Subbuck, but yes, Gohan became the superhero in of itself. So I would assume that, you know, little youth Goku here is going to be, or Kid Goku is going to be what we're going to get them free to play. Pretty simple, pretty basic unit. The question is, what are we going to get as Dokkan Festival exclusives? Because we seemingly will be getting Dokkan Festival exclusives because we got that in the Broly movie, right? And these big guys here, we got it in the Superhero. So in Daima here, we should expect something here. So we have a few new characters that they could provide as like banner units, but you know, probably the easy one to say would be Dokkan Festival exclusive, you know, Kid Goku and Kid Vegeta. They can do Dokkan Festival exclusive Kid Goku and then Shin. They could do, I don't know, maybe Dokkan Festival exclusive Piccolo. I don't know how much of a role Piccolo is going to have into this, but you have these two new characters, Glorio and Pansy. I don't know if they'll feature those characters. I don't know how big of a role, or they're just going to be a supporting role. If you see in the trailer, you kind of see that Goku is basically traveling with Glorio, Pansy, you know, and the Supreme Kai, right? So mini Supreme Kai. So those characters are generally going to be your traveling buddies there. It seems like Vegeta and Piccolo might be in a separate mission by the looks of the trailer. Again, I know a little bit of plot lines there. I don't know if Vegeta and Piccolo is going to have a huge role in this. And of course, people are already asking, like, where's Gohan in all this? I don't think we might see Gohan in this. He's probably just studying at this point in time in this timeline here. But we'll see. We won't know until, of course, we see the series. But all in all, I think a good date on when these are going to be dropping will be late October. Dual Dokkan Festival exclusive late October, or it could be kind of like the Halloween celebration, you know, leading into the November Dokkan Festival exclusive. So I would say something special is going to happen for Daima, because evidence show from my previous examples that that is going to happen. But then the question is, when is it going to release? After October 11th, we should expect a free-to-play unit, a little bit of a story mode, and then I would say there are a few weeks from now, you know, looking back at like kind of Inuit Goku here, it's like, okay, the same day when the release happens. I don't know if they're going to do same day here as well, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let me know if you're excited about Daima. Let me know, you know, what you're expecting from the series here. Anything Dragon Ball animated, I'm watching, right? So even though it seems like it's designed for, you know, young kids, but this is a tie-in to Z and to Super, so I think it's important that you know, for fans out there, you know, if you want to watch it and you want to see how certain things tie in together, there's already plot lines that would do tie into Super and late Super, that I think are very funny and interesting. But anyway, with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. If you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Daima, keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.